strike. 4-7. Boom. Dropped like a bomb out of the sky. Gigantic E-strike coming through. 4-7. That is the third copy of Enlightened Strike. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hometown TCG. You all know me, my name is Josh, and I got my special guest here today.
I'm Nick, aka Bulbasaur.
Nick, Bulbasaur, what's going on? Nick is a player of HometownTcg Ascent, and he's getting ready for his FaB Competitive Team match. How you feeling today, Bova?
I'm feeling pretty pumped. My opponent, he's this pretty cool guy. We got to play at the Calling, a very on-meta game, so I'm pretty excited to see what this off-meta one's going to be like.
All right, you mentioned off-meta, and so all of you out there in YouTube land know this is FaB Competitive Team League week against Team Kitchen Fable, the arch rivals. They're not our arch rivals, but I like building this narrative. It's fun for me. And it is off-meta week, so none of the big three. What are you guys not playing this week?
We're not playing Vistarai or Bravo Star of the Show, which is what our matchup was at the Calling, or Prism. Okay,
so none of the big three. So what are you on today?
So I am on Bravo, the Show Stopper.
OG Bravo, the best Bravo, yes, in my opinion, the coolest Bravo.
AKA Bravo Star of the Showstopper.
There you go. And what do you expect to see in your match today?
As far as what's my opponent going to play?
Yeah, what's your opponent going to play? What are you trying to do? Ooh, in the dark, love it.
It's gonna be not Chain, not Prism, not Vistarai, and not Bravo.
All right, do you have anything that you're thinking of, last minute thoughts before we're about to head over into your match?
Not really. I'm just pumped to be back on OG Bravo. It was my first real deck and constructed I played, so pretty excited to play with Everfest cards.
Well, dude, I am stoked, and if you guys are just as stoked as me, you can get coaching from all of these awesome members on Team Ascent. Visit us at patreon.com/HometownTcg. You can jump in the Discord. You can sign up to either schedule or even win coachings that I'm giving away for this month. And if you win a coaching, you can even pick Bova here to give you your coaching. So jump in there, find out about coaching. Bova, good luck to you. Let's see you guys in the match.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the match. We're here with some hype gameplay. As you can see, to kick off Game 2 of Off-Meta Week, we have Bravo Showstopper going up against Dorinthea Ironsong. OG Dorinthea. Players are boarding. They're going to decide who's going first. They're going to figure this stuff out. But in the meantime, I got to tell you, it has been hype to see some of the variety of heroes coming out to play in Off-Meta Week. Some of the stuff that's being tested in the Ascent Discord is, it is spicy. You love to see it from these guys. As the players shuffle up, we're going to theorize some strategy.
I'm making embodiments of Earth this game.
I assume that we think our Dorinthea player is going to have to play a bigger setup style, as Bravo Showstopper is able to kind of play this defensive game, really play on that back foot, try to run the Dorinthea out of resources, and then hit relevant, gigantic hit effects. I think our Dorinthea is going to have to spend more time playing a little setup to get where they want to go. That being said, they can high roll, and Bravo Showstopper has to board correctly in for this matchup. You're going to see tons of attack reactions. You're going to either see this go tall Dawnblade style or this go wide Saber strategy that's been floating around. I'm excited to see which one we get. Players are setting up, pulling out equipment, putting it on the table, setting some life totals. In the meantime, in the comment section below, make your predictions for this match. You have the heroes, you know where they are. Make our predictions. Let's go.
What's that? Oh, just put yours in a different spot. Wait, where's yours?
No, I'm just messing around with this lighting token. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Players, we have new Dorinthea tech. Player making embodiment of lightning. They're trying to mess with me, guys. I am too on my game as a commentator. What are you thinking? I am all over this.
Do you want odds or evens?
Okay, I'll say even.
Dorinthea picking evens. Die roll to see who goes first. Odds chosen.
I'll go first.
I believe Bravo Showstopper will go first here. Get that seismic surge down, but you don't know if maybe you want to let him go second. But if you're going to be on the back foot, there's an argument to not let an early arsenal through for Dorinthea. Fairly standard equipment setup for Bravo. The one piece that does stand out is the Ironhide legs over something like a Mage Master boots. And surprisingly, in a move of shock, we do have a Dawnblade on the side of Dorinthea. Some OG Dawnblade Dorinthea, some OG Bravo. I am stoked. Let's go.
Oh, I like the shack. That's a good idea too.
Our players are making weird, unique tokens to try to throw us off, but we don't believe in that. All right, we got Bravo choosing to go first, drawing up first hands.
You drew?
I drew.
We definitely expect to see a tectonic plating trigger this and most turns from our Bravo, so we think we're going to see tectonic plating here. It's important to know Crater Fist for those uninitiated, maybe those newer to the game. This card is important mostly because it blocks 2, even in this deck. We're not going to see Crater Fist activation very often in these matchups with Bravo. It's just a big, thick wall of armor that we can sit behind.
Seismic Surge token.
And now, create our first Seismic Surge, and I think we see our first swing with the classic, the heavy hitting, the thick.
Go to pass to you.
No Anothos swing. I wanted to talk about Anothos. Anothos is a really cool weapon that allows itself to get buffed based on the number of cards in your pitch zone with cost 3 or greater, and something that can help that is tectonic plating, but we don't let the Dorinthea player filter their early hand. That could be a great call here. All right, we're going to do our best to remember tuning triggers on the side of Dorinthea. We have that 4-card hand. We're facing down a 5-card hand. Let's see what kind of threat we can put on. Here comes Red Warrior's Valor. Not as popular of a card now, but amazing in these Dawnblade builds. Buffing for 3, giving an on-hit effect to that Dawnblade.
Swing it on.
Swing it.
And here comes the Dawnblade for 6, 1 resource floating, and an on-hit trigger with Go Again. This is what is so weird about these Dorinthea decks. This could be any number of attack reaction combination cards to force a hit and get a second swing with Dawnblade in.
What? For 6.
So it looks like Bova, our Bravo player, will be blocking for 6, but with blocking from cards from hand, we have the option to trigger these reprise effects where no attack reactions from the Dawnblade player.
No defense reaction.
Cool.
Dory plays a little bit of filter, goes to Arsenal, kind of a psych out there. Great block from Bova, really sniffing out the not wanting to use attack reactions, popping a Seismic Surge. What do we got here?
Go ahead and play a Blessing of Deliverance. Draw a card.
Blessing of Deliverance, a card we haven't seen in a minute. Puts in the arena, if a card 3 or greater, you get to draw, and at the beginning of your action phase, reveal the top 3 and gain some life based on what you reveal. It's a great gas card. It's really cool. Seismic Surge down to 1 floating.
Seismic Surge token.
So we make a Seismic Surge, but we were fishing for a card with 3 or more to possibly swing the Anothos. Let's see what we found. We did not find it.
Attack you for 4.
So Anothos for 4, no buff on the trigger, just a hammer for 4. Pitching these blues back to the bottom to come back around.
No cards in hand. All right, cool.
No resource floating, no cards in hand. Anothos coming for 4.
Pass blocks.
Yep.
Take 4.
No attack reactions.
Dorinthea choosing to take the 4, looking for an opportunity to get on the front foot, keeping that 5-card hand. Remember, there's some possible life gain coming through for Bravo Showstopper on the start of the next turn. So let's see what we got here. Dorinthea, lots of gas. Tunic at 2, 5-card hand. What's it going to be? Dawnblade staring us down in the face.
Don't want to arc light or anything there. No.
Nope. I mean, I'd love to.
I'd love to.
No prison this week.
Shut down Dory. Yeah, thank goodness. That's why I'm playing Dory. Let's see.
Players still loving the absolute just glory of the off-meta week. I love this. This should be something that these two teams, at least these two teams, do every time they play. It's so much fun. Blue overpower pitch for Blue Warrior's Valor for +1 on hit, go again.
Swinging to Dawnblade.
So Dawnblade coming in for 4, 1 floating, 3 cards behind, on hit, go again. So
4 hold damages.
Looking to possibly trigger reprise, looking to get this on hit, go again, but not a threatening Dawnblade swing at its core. It's the on hit, go again that really can cause some problems.
Fast attacker.
No blocks. Moving to reactions.
I will.
Here comes the pitch.
Staunch
Wow.
Response.
Wow. Red staunch response from Arsenal on the Dawnblade for 4. Will not trigger reprise, but is a huge defense reaction to get for not a ton of resources for the Dory player.
That's all I got, skis.
So if you're the Dorinthea player right there, that's kind of a win. You get a red staunch response for almost no value. You only lose a blue warrior's value. The rest goes back in your deck. You keep the rest in your hand. That's a pretty good feeling.
3 lives.
Bravo will gain 3 life.
All right.
Off the Blessing of Deliverance. So 3 life gained, moving up to 43. 3 cards in hand.
Seismic Surge pops.
No more Seismic Surge token. What's it going to be? Probably a couple lines here for our Bravo player.
I will.
Thinking on our Arsenal target. Defense reaction at Arsenal to keep reprise off the table is a great feeling here.
Create a Seismic Surge token.
Spinal Crush pitch to make a Seismic Surge. And a Nothos for 6. As we see, the Spinal Crush, if this is a blue, the Spinal Crush here is saying, I want this game to go long. I'm pitching the Spinal Crush to have it cycle back around because I want this ability. I want this card at the end of the game. So we've made a Seismic Surge. We're swinging a Nothos with a Nothos' trigger for 6. And we're kind of putting this Dorinthea player to task. We've gained a little life. This chip damage will start to add up in the long course of the game. No blocks initially from our Dorinthea player. No blocks, keeping the 5-card hand. All of the gas is in this Dorinthea player's hand. They want to go off. They're trying to feint these defense reactions. Let's see what happens. Dorinthea player does not forget Tunic. Already a better player than me, not forgetting Tunic. Ravenous Rabble.
Oh, I'm not showing you my whole deck. Holy crap.
I'll take it.
Ravenous Rabble showing the whole deck. Oh, unfortunately, that's a Blue Warrior's Valor. So we're going Ravenous Rabble for 2 with Go Again.
Declare no blocks.
I'd be surprised to see the Bravo player block anything off this Ravenous Rabble. Take 2, but a great tool to start getting through chip damage if you're the Dorinthea player.
Go Again.
Here comes the naked Dawnblade. In my experience, the naked Dawnblade can mean a lot of things, but often the best situation here is not to block. You don't want to trigger some kind of weird reprise. The best situation here is not to block, but Bova knows this deck well. He knows this situation. He knows what he's got in hand. He could be trying to yank resources from the opponent. We will block for 3. Putting reprise on the table here.
Oh, it's a heat card. All right, attack reacts.
There comes Glint. Glint getting the full value. Oh, as we can't keep state of the board, Glint getting full value here, ladies and gentlemen. Glint the Quicksilver, drawing and getting Go Again, and triggering Out for Blood.
So for +1 attack on my next action.
Okay.
All right, so we have Go Again. We've drawn a card. This is the kind of blow up that can happen
for 6
if we block from hand.
My next attack this turn, not the current attack.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
6 damage coming through.
In that case,
right now, 3 over the top, only blocking with a Thunderquake. Pitching Macho Grande. The second red
Max
staunch.
value out of that staunch, baby.
Max value.
Right.
The second red staunch response. Wow. The Dorinthea players got to be feeling good. Gotten 2 red staunch response early. Both are forced into a weird scenario here, but really holding on to that value. No hit on the Dawnblade. So when Dawnblade doesn't hit, you can't trigger Dorinthea no matter how much Go Again you have. Passing over to Bravo Showstopper. That's going to be difficult for the rest of the game. Bravo Showstopper's turn, 2 cards in hand. We're probably looking to either make Seismic Surge or swing a Nothos for 4 and arsenal a target here.
Anything else you want me to translate?
No thanks, Google.
Google trying to play Bova's deck for him right now. This could be insane.
Spanish. It's confused.
If I say hey Google on this stream, will it wake up?
Bova clearly using Google
It
for
heard me
fab
say
tips
something
right now.
misinterpreted.
I don't know. We need to talk to the community. Is that allowed?
I'm gonna go ahead and cast a debilitate at you.
We are throwing debilitate for 4 out of hand. And if we look with chokeslam and debilitate, not a great
-2.
arsenal target for either here. So we have debilitate coming in for 6 into the Dorinthea player with a crush effect. Now the crush effect on this debilitate is if it deals 4 or more damage to a hero, their first attack gets -2. No blocks on the
Oh,
debilitate.
you're out of everything, aren't
No
you?
attack reacts.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and shunt it just to minimize some damage.
Steelblade Shunt
Sure.
4/5, taking 1. You do get Steelblade Shunt. You do get Tunic Counter. Players trading resources in a game they know is going to go long.
All right.
So the Steelblade Shunt 1 damage ability will not trigger here because it is
Okay.
not a weapon attack. 4-card hand for Dorinthea. 4-card hand for Bravo.
Start. We'll slice and dice.
Ooh, slice and dice.
Here comes Slice and Dice.
Two
Here
Blue
comes Warrior Valor to trigger
Valor.
go again.
And swing.
We
So
want
coming in
this
for 5.
Dawnblade to hit. No secrets here. This Dawnblade is expected to hit to get the backside of Slice and Dice.
Correct. It has to be a weapon attack, right? Yeah, weapon attack.
Player trying to get Dawnblade rolling.
hit
Remember,
again.
if you're able to get
Sure.
Dawnblade to hit 2 times in a single turn, you can start stacking these +1/+1 counters and getting this snowball rolling. In OG Fab, back when both of these heroes were in their prominence, this was one of the hardest things to stop once this snowball got rolling. Let's see if we can't get this snowball rolling here.
Block. 4.
Wow, and we get a full commit. Dawnblade for 5, blocking for 9,
Block
1
for 9.
floating. Turning off the second half of the Slice and Dice, but if we look, both Terra Sunder and Crippling Crush feel great from the side of the Dorinthea
that's
player
attack
to
reacts.
pull from the hand.
All right.
All right, it looks
Well,
like
going in
both
from-
players will end up with an Arsenal target here. Arsenal target on the side of the Dorinthea player. Looks like Bova will probably move to Arsenal here if I had to guess.
Arsenal and Pesty.
That is exactly what happens. Bravo moves to Arsenal.
nice.
Bravo very comfortable in these
Arsenal
situations
and
on that back foot,
Just Arsenal.
holding off the Dawnblade snowball, not letting it get going.
Turn it to
But
4.
eventually, we're going to see one of these
let's
big
see
turns.
here.
Dorinthea has that 5-card hand. Tunic on 2, not quite available, but next turn it could be. It doesn't matter, though. Some of these turns can be so efficient. Dorinthea looking to finally start this snowball, get it going. 5-card hand. We're going to feint some defense reactions. What's it going to be? And these turns can be very complicated from the standpoint of Dorinthea. You're trying to think, how can I push through damage in the early game? But you're also trying to keep mindful of the late game. You know, Bravo Showstopper is trying to drag you out into the deep
Start with
waters and
Scar for
drown you.
Scar.
So let's see what it's going to be. Scar for a Scar.
for
This
a
deck
Scar,
playing more
huh?
attacks.
Oh.
4 go again, naked
total go
in the
again.
nude. I would be surprised if we got a block from Bova here. I would be surprised if we got any kind of block here.
Clear no blocks.
As we see here, no blocks from Bova, taking 4. The Scar for a Scar, pretty sweet little tech here coming out of the Dorinthea with go again. Now we have a 4-card hand. We've chipped through some damage. We're trying to get Dawnblade going. Here we go.
How many cards did you present, by the way?
73.
Just all deck.
As
Yep,
we
just
see,
slap-
Dorinthea knows
Bravo,
that
slap
Bravo's trying to take this into the late game, so they presented 73 cards. They said, doesn't matter.
CNC.
Here comes the CNC. We know CNC's coming through. CNC on the board.
Meatball.
Something you don't love to see as the Bravo player, and as Bova points out, that is in fact a spicy meatball. For those who don't know, Command and Conquer premier card in Flesh and Blood, dealing 6 damage if it hits, destroy all cards in a hero's arsenal, which means Bova would be net down
60-ish.
1 card,
62.
depending on what you block with, and very commonly, you know, coupled with the card Pummel. So Bova maybe thinking he was going to get out of this scot-free, but now staring down this CNC, probably not feeling great. Reaching for equipment. We're reading our equipment, which indicates to me that our Bravo player, Bova, has something to throw back. Can he withstand the temptation?
Block.
Blocking for 3. Blocking for 6. We will block for 6. Both of those cards.
Quick.
Possible to trigger a Nothos.
No. Pass attack reactions.
Yeah, no defense reaction.
Yeah, cool.
All right, we fainted the first
That's
CNC.
all
First CNC block.
CNC.
Scar for a scar, chip damage coming through. 3-card hand for Bravo. Dorinthea
right,
drawing
that's
up.
right.
Wasn't able to make the
30,
best use of her hand there, keeping 2 cards back.
I
1 in
will
arsenal, 1 in hand. But that's bound to happen.
Sink below.
Sink below, we see not a great target against CNC.
$20 cards, kids.
Whoops.
As we point out, that's the value of CNC, really keeping those defense
Yeah,
reactions
I
at bay.
love comments.
Really keeping those defense and here comes Anothos for 4, as we're going to call it. Naked Anothos, second ability not triggered, but 4 damage when there is a lead is going to start to add up. Dorinthea wants to keep as many cards as possible, but it's going to start to feel like you have to block these cards late in the game. The pressure starts to mount if you are playing Dorinthea. If you're behind that deck, you're feeling the pressure. Opponent in the tank. Completely understandably.
Unless you have anything else.
Nope. That's
Taking 4. Opponent takes 4. Loves the gas in their hand. Holds on. Bravo goes to draw up. This is the Tunic counter turn. Tunic goes to 3. Dorinthea, full hand, ready to ride. What is it going to be? This turn could be gigantic. Could be a catch-up turn. What are we going to see here? Again, a million ways to play these Dorinthea turns. So many things you can do.
I'm gonna go ahead and E-strike, sinking card.
E-strike. I'm assuming we're picking go again on the E-strike.
Choose the +2, so coming in for 7.
E-strike for 7. No go again. There is a Razor Reflex in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, E-strike for 7. No go again. Dawnblade's still there. Something in arsenal. 2 cards in hand. There's just a Razor Reflex here.
For 3.
Bova goes to block for 3. Great call.
Blocking for 3.
Blocking for 3. The E-strike tech here is so hot. I love this play.
Razor Reflex.
Here comes the Red Razor. Pushes it to 10. Blocking for 3. 7 over the top.
Floating.
2 floating.
7 over the top.
2 floating.
2 floating.
That's
1
enough to attack with Dawnblade twice.
Reading cards. We saw this coming. Here comes the Razor Reflex.
Yeah.
Looking for 10. Yep. Going over the top.
How
Alright,
much?
so 10 to my 3, so 7.
Yeah.
Taking 7.
Okay.
Bravo
Well,
taking 7
go again.
from the E-strike.
Dawnblade.
Here comes the Dawnblade.
Sweet.
Dawnblade coming through. Currently no go again. However, us OG Warrior players know Refraction Bolters are there. So on hit, we can break and trigger Refraction
Go
Bolters,
ahead.
as well as trigger Dorinthea to attack the second time, get that
No block.
initial counter, and get going. No blocks
And pass attack
on the
reactions.
Dawnblade for 3.
I'll...
Here comes the Sync. First copy of Sync Below
man,
played. We've
got
seen
enough
one
for
pitched
one.
earlier.
I'll choose not to sink.
No sync
Sounds good.
available, not syncing,
That's
but a
fine.
big chunk of damage coming through
Yeah.
from that E-strike. What a move. Dorinthea player playing a little bit of catch up, keeps the Tunic counter, keeps all the resources,
Alright.
keeps boots
Seismic
and
Surge
Tunic
pops.
counter.
Woohoo.
All right, Seismic Surge pop. We've kept 2 cards here. I wonder what we're going to see.
I'm gonna play a Blessing of Deliverance. Draw card.
Blessing of Deliverance play again with some life draw on the table, but drawing a card, looking to fish up
Create
something to
a
swing with this
Seismic Surge
Anothos.
token.
Make a Seismic Surge, so the next
And
card in the
then
attack
I
action.
will attack
And
for 6.
we did find something that cost 3. A Nothos trigger
Coming in
on
hot
the
for
board,
6.
coming in for 6. Dorinthea got to be fairly comfortable in these situations, was able
pass
to
blocks.
shrink the life gap,
Good.
saying no block.
No techniques.
Alright.
Here comes
Shunt.
that
I will
Steel Blade
shunt.
Shunt. Again, this time, the
So
Steel
take
Blade
one
Shunt
more.
trigger on the board. It is a weapon attack.
Pew pew.
Both players will
Woo,
take
even
1
trade.
damage.
Nope.
Now, it's important to note,
All
Blessing
right,
of Deliverance
that's
sitting
my
on the
turn.
field, some possible life gain waiting For our Bravo Showstopper, Dorinthea with a 4-card hand, looking to apply some pressure. Here comes another Scar for a Scar. I love these attacks coming out in this deck. They're so sweet.
73 cards. You get all kinds of crazy stuff going.
Again, you know, if you're the Bravo player, you're thinking, I don't want to block this.
I'm going back. Announcer.
There you go. We're ticking up Tunic. Pheno Black, we've done some awesome content together. This one's for you, buddy. This one's for you. This is why you play in the FaB Competitive Team League, because you can go back and tick that Tunic counter up, dude. That's why we love you, my guy.
I'll declare no blocks.
So again, no block here from the Scar for a Scar. Leaking 6, and if you're the Dorinthea player, you're feeling extremely comfortable right now. Things are very tight. You're keeping it close.
Am I gonna swing the Dawnblade?
Here comes the Naked Dawnblade for 3. The Naked Dawnblade for 3 is the weirdest attack. It feels like, do I block this? If I block it, I know for a fact I'm triggering Reprise. I'm putting Glint the Quicksilver on the table. It feels like a Naked Dawnblade, no go again. I'm in the mood to say, you know what, opponent? You gotta prove it. You gotta show it to me. You gotta make it happen. I'm saying no block. Bova says no block. What's
attack reactions?
It's gonna be no attack reaction. Past attack reactions. If we go no defense reaction here, you would have to break boots to get go again, and then we'd have an opportunity to block the Dawnblade.
I'm going to Sink Below.
Sink Below from hand. Sink Below does come out from hand. Reprise on the table. Glint the Quicksilver is an incredible play for our Dorinthea player here. Bova, our Bravo Star of the Show player, will sink 1 card, drawing back 1 card.
It's like an 83rd Sink Below you've had this game. Let's see here.
I run 83 Sink Belows.
83 Sink Belows. That's right, man. I'm going to go ahead and play a red stroke.
Stroke of Foresight coming out with the last resource.
Put 1 from hand back on top of bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and resolve that. That's all right.
Yeah. Good.
Right.
So Stroke of Foresight will push this over the top, pushing 2 damage through, making Dawnblade hit, giving options. So once Dawnblade hits, there will be options. Now remember, Blessing of Deliverance will pop at the start of this turn. 1 put back on top, 1 left in hand. Bravo with 3 in hand. Dawnblade will hit here as we stand right now. 2 damage over the top.
Pass back, sorry.
Yep, good. So I take 2.
Yep.
Oh, you take 2. Okay, cool. I do not have go again. I'm not going to break for go.
No boots.
I'm done.
We'll push through 2, and we have taken our first lead. On the side of Dorinthea, we've taken our first lead, but Blessing of Deliverance is here to pop, and that lead might be short time.
2.
Terra Sunder, and Crush Confidence. Gaining 3 life, getting back in the lead here. One of the things Bravo Star of the Show does so well is play these grind fests. This deck just grinds. Seismic Surge pops, the next Guardian attack action costing 1 less. 4 cards available. You think we're going to see something spicy here. What's it going to be? Creates a Seismic Surge. 2 floating here.
And then I will...
And we have our first Bravo activation, the way you used to have to do it by paying for it. And here comes the dominated Crippling Crush flying at our opponent. This is the first move. Guys, this is how you used to have to activate Bravo. This is the way to activate Bravo. You pay for it and you smash. Bravo smash, baby.
It's not so nice.
Doesn't have go again.
Players experience the same excitement and sentiment that I have. No go again, not for 13, but still 11 dominate with a very cool hit trigger.
Only 11.
Only 11 damage, as you can hear from our players. We might see our first equipment block of the game here. Opponent gotta think this one through.
Lose 2, take a bunch of damage.
Opponent running through all their options. Sometimes when these crippling crushes come at you, you just take the damage and you try to fire back. The problem is Bravo loves living in that world. Bravo loves swing big, forcing you to take this damage, and then going right back to that grind fest that we love to see. interesting play here. You kind of love to see it. You love to see the original Bravo activation. For those that don't know, you just pay 2 and until the end of your turn, attack action cards will cost 3 or greater, gain, dominate, which means yes, if you can find a way to make this happen, you can give multiple cards dominate with some go again, but I don't know how you're doing that. That's ridiculous.
You're out of everything.
Crippling Cush coming through for 11, dominate. No threat of pummel here. We do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will be blocking 8. Here comes the Twinning Blade, blocking 8, taking 3, getting to that magical number right under the Crush effect. But we do get our first 3 pieces of equipment.
So the stream doesn't get confused when I use these reds.
Guys, they're always looking out for you guys, the viewers. You love to see it.
Different colored dice.
They're talking crap about me, and I'm not a fan. Guys, if you watch this video back, I'm not a fan of this. I don't deserve this treatment. This is ridiculous.
Right. You're out of stuff, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So the important thing here is
card uses up all my resources usually.
Yeah, exactly.
Only leaking 3 damage and keeping a 4-card hand with 3 in hand, 1 in arsenal means our Dorinthea player can get a lot of value here. That's what the wall of warrior equipment is for. It's for when you want to be able to soak something like this and stay on that front foot. So here comes Dorinthea coming back, 4-card hand. This could be huge. Depending on this hand here, we could see a gigantic swing in tempo.
I want to start with a Scar for a
the
Scar.
3rd red Scar for a Scar coming out right now. Both have got to be sick of seeing these. Again, I'd be surprised. This is where we're putting our Bravo player to task. I feel like you have to have discipline. You have to know that there's Dawn Blade with some hit effects coming. And he says no block, and I agree with that sentiment, but there's a reason he's on the team, and I'm behind the commentator desk right now. You'll love to see that play.
For sure.
Those cards are doing work. Scar for a Scar done 16 total damage over the course of this game. Absolute MVP so far.
An E-Strike.
And an E-Strike. Scar for a Scar into E-Strike for 7. 7 damage E-Strike off a Scar for a Scar. Just value, ladies and gentlemen, just value. The value train, the money train is moving, the value is grooving. 2 attacks from a Dorinthea player. I said you know Dawnblade is coming. You clearly don't know Dawnblade is coming. I clearly don't know anything. Let's go. Bravo thinking through these lines.
And block for 3.
Blocking for 3 here.
So I'll take 4.
Yep.
That's the 3rd red copy of Blessing, and we see Dorinthea jumping back in the lead here. Back and forth, back and forth. Our players trading blows. Bravo keeping a 3-card hand, taking 3 damage. What's it going to be here? Here comes Terra Sunder.
With the Terra Sunder.
We knew these cards were there. We saw them revealed off the last Blessing, and here comes a Nothos.
7 dominate.
7 dominate. Hit, discard 2. What a play. We know we've worked through 2 yellow steel blade shunts already. It is dominated. Hit, discard 2. 7 dominate.
Better in this deck.
This card, a great addition from the Tales of Aria set to Bravo Showstopper. Adds the on-hit effect, adds the plus, adds the dominate. So much going on. Our Dorinthea player now has to really evaluate this hand they're staring at. How are they going to play this? Gonna have to take a second to think about this. Equipment block used up a lot of resources last turn. We have no more block on Refraction Bolters. Skullcap not available as we're currently in the lead, and 1 block available on Brave Forge Bracers. So we've seen yellow Steel Blade Shunt. If it's a 3rd yellow Steel Blade Shunt, it's still not enough to block the full 7. No blocks.
No deck reaction.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna take all 7.
Damage coming through, taking 7.
2, my choice, right?
Yeah,
discarding 2.
Nice discard. Yeah.
And it's discard 2 of his choice, so the Dorinthea player able to evaluate their hand, how they want to play this.
That card.
Discarding 2 of their choice. Let's see what we pick to discard here in a second. This is one of the toughest decisions in the game, guys. What are we discarding? What are we holding on to? Let's reveal. We discard Stroke of Foresight and Razor Reflex, both awesome attack reactions, but they are a little resource heavy, and playing with a limited hand, we're not going to want something like that. I would not be surprised to see something simple like a naked Dawnblade swing here.
I'm gonna
Pitching Yellow Warrior's Valor. Ooh, Spoils of War coming through. And Dawnblade.
Yeah,
we do have a Tunic counter available. No resources floating, but Dawnblade coming in for 5.
Oops, I drew it.
5. Unique on hit effect of making copper tokens, but coming in for
embodiments of lightning.
5.
Oh, we're still leaving that. I'm just gonna have also copper.
Dorinthea really wanting to make embodiments of lightning. I think she's doing fine without him, in my opinion. All right. 5 Dawnblade with go again. Remember, if Dawnblade doesn't hit, you can't trigger Dorinthea to swing with Dawnblade again unless that final card is Twinning Blade. Bravo, taking time, thinking what they got to do. Remember, we also have cards like Iron Song Response. 6 block coming through for our Bravo player on a 5 damage attack. What this last card is matters a lot. There's a Tunic resource available. There's 1 card in hand. This could be the difference in a power swing. No reactions.
Throw that away.
Dawnblade getting blocked. What a brave block from our Bravo player, saying, you don't have it. Show me you have it. Prove it to me. And Dorinthea not being able to do it. Spoils of War, a great card go again.
Blood on her hands in this deck. I'm just saying.
Opponent cheating savagely.
Creating a Seismic Surge. Attack you for 6.
Seismic Surge and no Arsenal here, attacking for 6. Now remember, Thunderquake does have Heave here. We could have gone to end phase and heaved Thunderquake, but instead we're saying, you know what? This 6 damage is going to start to add up. You're only at 14. I still got all my armor. I'm sitting behind it. We're going to see.
Pass blocks.
And again, I've been saying it all game, guys, but I mean it. Dorinthea player really looking for that moment to take control. Oh, and we do get the 3rd yellow Steel Blade Shunt, leaking 1 damage on both sides of the field. Tunic counter doing work. Tunic doing absolute work here.
Go ahead.
I can scale it up. Tunic up.
All right, guys. Bravo having a moment. What's it going to be? Looking down, possibly a gigantic attack. Feeling stressed out. Lots coming through.
1 second.
Lots of thinking. That's okay.
Think my way through this.
The Ascent, Team Ascent is currently messaging me, just wanting to know how this game is going. These teams are so invested in this off-meta week. They love playing against each other. They're loving this competitive league. And guys, this is where some of our best FaB players, our most dedicated and awesome community members get the chance to shine. You love to see the league like this, and you love to see the players and the teams this invested in what's going on. And boom! Wow!
And
choosing
+2.
E-Strike for 7. Boom! Dropped like a bomb out of the sky. Gigantic E-Strike coming through. 4/7. That is the 3rd copy of Enlightened Strike. Really coming through strong for this Dorinthea deck. 7 damage being face down by our Bravo Showstopper. And Bravo knows they need to keep their life total high. They want to be able to stay out of range of weird attack reaction kill zones. You don't want to be involved in any of that. You're out. You don't want to be involved. Here comes the 7 damage.
It would be off 1 card. Pretty good.
Talking about scenarios, these players definitely good friends, definitely getting along. You love to hear banter like this. 3 block coming through for certain.
Yeah, sure.
debating blocks. And again, this is where things get tight. This is where you don't know if you're going to see another copy of Razor Reflex. Blocking for 6.
Am I going to do 1 damages?
Yep.
I'm going to cast a Tech Rex.
Blocking for 6, taking 1, going to 16.
Exactly.
This game staying tight.
Okay.
This game staying close. Oh my goodness.
Go ahead and 4.
A Nothos for 4 coming through, keeping a card in hand, no pitch floating, just a naked 4.
Right.
Just a naked 4, 1 card in hand. Again, a Nothos trigger, not on the chain right now, just 4. And the Dorinthea player, again, going to make great use of this opportunity. How do they want to play it? It depends on the hand. If the hand is all gas, if you got stuff you can do for it, but randomly on Dorinthea, you will get those weird all red resource hands. You can't do much, and you might opt to block here. It's interesting to see how are we going to play this. Our Bravo Showstopper looking to finally refill that arsenal. Also, they've been playing behind with the number of cards. They haven't been able to have that arsenal. And Dorinthea looking to take the 4 damage. Going to try to, again, continue to chip through this damage and then get the game to close out potential. Oh my gosh! Bova just flipped over his arsenal card and showed the entire world. I wonder if the opponent saw that. The opponent had to see that. Oh, that is an unfortunate card to show in the arsenal, ladies and gentlemen. Games amongst friends can get crazy like this. You love to see that. If you saw that card, let me know in the comment section below. That was crazy. I probably do that on TTS every time I play. My opponents are probably like, yes, Josh, we know that we saw that card because every time we play against you, you show us your arsenal target. It's crazy. All right. Now Dorinthea, again, 5-card hand. No tunic counter available, but still a 5-card hand. Got their opponent down to 16. Bravo Showstopper sitting there, and we know. We have some inside intel. We know that's not a defense reaction in Arsenal. Red Warrior's Valor. We haven't seen a red one since turn 1. We got that +3. We got that hit effect for go again. And here we come. Dawnblade coming through. You know the damage is on its way. How do we want to play this? We got to be careful reprise, and this is where it gets scary. When things are low, when life totals are low, this is where it can get wild. But we also know that's a pummel in Arsenal. That is a pummel, and if we can withstand this barrage and throw something big back with a pummel on top of it, we might be able to get this game into a closeout zone, or at least get this game to where Dorinthea feels they need to block on repeat. Lots going on here. So much to do. What's it going to be? So remember, a couple hit effects here. On hit, there is go again, and on hit, you can trigger Dorinthea and attack again. None floating. Singing Steel Blade was pitched. This card is fantastic, allowing you to tutor up any attack reaction you could need at any given moment. We are 40 minutes into this game, and both players are grinding this thing out. Dawnblade for 6, staring down our Bravo Showstopper. What is it going to be? The temptation, the absolute temptation to say take 6 here has got to be insane. We see we're reaching for equipment. We know that we have a copy of Pummel, so we must have some kind of attack to be pushing through some big damage, possibly threatening lethal. Looking to take 6 here, maybe. Nope. Here comes the Spinal Crush. We're going to pivot off that plan. Wow. We're seeing some juice being dropped.
Blocking 9, huh?
Blocking 9 from hand.
Thunderquake.
Wow, we see some juice being thrown down. What a play. And remember, that heave mechanic could be dangerous. We have to keep our health high enough to be able to use this heave mechanic, to be able to keep a card and do this to stay away from lethal. We do shut down the Dawnblade. The Dawnblade turn is no more. And what we're getting here is value. We notice the Dorinthea player constantly keeping cards in hand. And when you keep cards in hand and don't block with them and don't attack with them, you're not making the best use of that hand. And we're just trying to get value over and over and over again. It becomes a value race. And that's what Bravo likes to do. We like to make this a Bravo race. And Dorinthea says, nah, nah, nah. We can keep it close and have a value race until the end of this thing. And then I'm coming over the top. So Dorinthea facing down 4, and that life total starting to look a little bit tight. This is where that hand-by-hand evaluation becomes so important in the Dorinthea deck. When you're sitting behind that deck and you're staring at that hand, you have to make best use of these cards and mitigate that damage. You have to assume that this Bravo player has something to block and go over the top with a block. Now, again, we do have some weird information here. We know that's a pummel in Arsenal, so we could play this a little more risky. But do we want to? If we can't present lethal, we take this damage, we know the opponent holds a pummel, that could be it. It could be lights out for the Dorinthea deck. Dorinthea in the tank, as they should be. This is a big decision of how they want to play this hand, and do they want to go to 5?
Blocks.
Passing blocks, going to 5 life.
I will also pass and take 5.
Going to 4. Yeah, go to 5, and we have a tunic counter, a 5-card hand.
Yeah, no problem.
Bova drawing up at 16, full wall of equipment. I would be surprised if that pummel doesn't find a way to get played on this next offensive turn. But to get there, guys, we have to survive the absolute onslaught that's going to come from Dorinthea on this turn. Dorinthea, just like in that latest lore release, is feeling vicious. She's feeling bloodthirsty. She's gonna start swinging this sword. Dawnblade is trusty. Here comes Slice and Dice. What is it going to be? Slice and Dice 1, costing 0. Oh, the Steel Blade Supremacy. Guys, this is a block out turn on Bova. This is a trap. Steel Blade Supremacy means you block with everything you got. You leave nothing behind. You block. You do not let this attack hit, in my opinion. This card is so threatening, and it's awesome to see it drop. It's awesome to see this card hit the table. You must block this attack, and you must be prepared for an attack reaction to go over the top. Now, we've seen no Iron Song response yet. Remember, Iron Song response costs 0, +3, off reprise for the red version. We've seen none come through, and I would be surprised if we don't see our first one paired with Steel Blade Supremacy. Again, remember, we have boots on the table. Boots have been left for a moment like this. Blocking or coming in for 5, and I know our Bravo player wants to play this pummel. There's a pummel in the arsenal. I want to play it, but we have to be careful. We must not get caught with our pants around our ankles if we're Bravo, because man, oh man, this can turn quick with a card like this. Blocking for 6 so far. We're reaching for equipment. We know we could be getting into the +3 territory. Double red Iron Song response here is an insane blowout. Blocking for 8 total. Up to 10 if tectonic plating gets put on the chain.
Does that give the weapon go again anyway?
Does what? No, it does not.
So they're talking about Slice and Dice. There is no go again.
Okay. It doesn't have go again currently.
Correct.
No go again currently, but refraction bolters available if the attack does hit. Now remember, if we have blocking for 10, so
blocking for 10.
Double red Iron Song response still on the board. No attack reactions here. Getting through the Steel Blade Supremacy definitely felt like a great use of armor. Guys, you must block that card. You cannot let your Dorinthea players be drawing cards and getting that extra gas. Counter goes on both pieces of equipment used. Let's see what we got. Bravo Showstopper thinking this through. Lots of decisions again to be made here. Showtime pitch for Naked Anothos for 4. And those who know this play, this can get spicy real quick.
Golf club. 4.
This can get spicy really quick. Staring down 4. If the opponent knows that's a pummel in Arsenal, they know they have to respect the attack reaction of pitching something that costs 3 or more, playing pummel, buffing Anothos to a total of 10 for the closeout. If they don't know that's a pummel,
by the way,
this can get fancy.
You may look at my discard pile. With my permission.
Going down to 1, they're looking at the discard pile. Opponent is definitely looking to see, have I seen a pummel? No blocks. Do we have it? Do we have it? Here it comes, red pummel,
and you had it.
And there is the immovable, pushing it up to 10. Dorinthia's got to have a D-react.
Is there none in your discard pile? You got it, man. I don't have a
no D-react for the Dorinthia player. The pummel and Nothos play closing it out. What a game! What a game!
I was like, I really hope you didn't see that, and I didn't want to say anything in case you did. I'm like, that could have been. It's like the worst card to like reveal on accident when you're putting your Arsenal.
Yeah, I was like, this deck should have pummel in it, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna look at this card pile.
Guys, what an absolute gas piece of game. Thank you so much for hanging out. Stick around now for the post-game wrap where I chat with Bova about his recent game, and huge shout out to both HometownTcg Ascent and Team Kitchen Fable for playing an awesome game and for having this off meta week for us. Just what gas. Thank you guys so much. Let's turn around to the post-game wrap. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-game wrap. I am here with Bova, the man himself. Just got off a game with Bravo Showstopper. You're able to get the win, man. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Feels good to be back on OG Bravo. I really wanted to play it. It just, in our testing, just wouldn't get there through a couple of the meta decks. So it's nice to finally get a chance to have Bravo shine. So.
And as you mentioned in the pregame interview, this was kind of your first deck, and you faced my first deck, the first deck I've ever built. You played Dorinthea. As soon as you saw Dorinthea flipped, were you feeling any type of way? Did you feel more confident, less confident? What was going through your mind when you saw that hero flip?
So I felt pretty confident. I had a lot of D-reacts available. I didn't end up playing it, but I even had Steadfast in there as a blue. So I knew I had a lot of ways to get around Dorinthia's ability and reprise. So I was feeling pretty good about that, especially seeing a staunch response on my opening hand. Like it's pretty nice to see that.
All right, man. Well, again, I think you played it great and you closed the game out with a pummel. Congratulations to you for you guys are starting, all the Ascent guys, you guys are starting to get like fans and a fan base out there. So what do you have to say to, your fans and anyone watching this game that just went down?
I would just say, like, make sure you play a hero you love. Might not always be good in the meta, but if you're playing at your local armory and things like that, if you know a deck inside and out and you really enjoy playing it, just play it, right? Like, you might not get all the percentage points, but it's about having fun. As you could tell in that game, we were having a blast playing these heroes and just going back and forth. And that's what Flesh and Blood is really all about. It's just having fun with friends in the flesh and blood, So definitely just take your best hero and try to maximize it as much as possible.
Well, dude, thank you so much for just the game, and to you and both you and your opponents. Shout out you and shout out Team Kitchen Fable for this awesome off-meta week. If you guys want more Ascent and you want to get coached by these players, visit us at patreon.com/HometownTcg, jump in the Discord, and ping Boba. Man, he'll teach you how to play some sweet Bravos we just saw go down. So again, thank you again, man, and until next time, my name is Josh.
And I'm Nick.
And we will see you around. We don't do the YouTube closed camera thing anymore because I hit my camera last time.
Oh, I'll do it.
All right, bye, guys.